So I look at self-harm in a couple ways. One is that every symptom will have a purpose, and we want to find out what the purpose is. And when I think of it that way, I recognize self-harm as a resource, a survival resource. Somehow it helps the person. And I think of substitute action. Pierre Genet said that when action does not produce the desired outcome repeatedly in a person's experience, they'll find a substitute action. So because I work with the body, I'll look at, well, what other action would want to happen? Yeah. So when I'm working with clients, there's no one size fits all. But I often want to discover the trigger, like what's the trigger to self-harm? Yeah. And what in your body especially tells you that you want to hurt yourself. So with trying to get curious about the little steps that lead up to actual harm. Often with dissociation especially, there's a part that wants to harm and another part that is harmed. So that can be very helpful for clients to get clarity. Often the part that wants to harm is a part that has completely rejected the qualities of another part. I'm thinking of a client who had a very angry, aggressive, protective, defiant part, and she hated the part of her that was weak and submissive. And these are instinctive defensive responses, right? So the angry part of her wanted to kill off that other part. And when she was in a dissociative state, she would cut herself. And as she got insight into those two parts, she was able to help them communicate and eventually help each other rather than one part of her trying to kill off another part. Sometimes talking about with a client, finding out the purpose, clients usually say there's relief. Often they'll say there's relief when I cut myself. So I'll say, okay, what does the relief feel like? Does it last? It doesn't last. Just so those simple questions can be helpful. Is there any aftermath or any negative repercussions? Well, yeah, it hurts afterwards. There's pain. I have to wear long sleeves. I can't wear a bathing suit. They'll find negative repercussions. And this is just helpful in terms of insight. Sometimes when you're wanting to help the self-harm stop, but you don't have the ability yet with your client to work through action or whatever, if you think of terms of substitute actions, you can maybe discover the purpose of the self-harm, and then find something simple like a fireball. This I used successfully with quite a few clients. Those super, super hot things that you put in your mouth that burn your mouth. It's a similar sensation to cutting, for example. And some clients have been helped by getting insight into their triggers and the impulses to self-harm, and then popping a fireball in their mouth instead. So that's just a little intervention that can sometimes be helpful.